2026, if you're still doing psychedelics, I really don't know what you're doing. And what I mean by that is if you're seeking the thrill, seeking something outside yourself, chasing the dragon, if you're going down to South America or wherever, every few months do ayahuasca or a mushroom ceremony or whatever, your substance of choice may be. If you're still chasing that dragon in 2026, and especially if you're saying you're doing it for spiritual reasons, I hate to break it to you, but you're completely lost. It's not the way, never really was the way. And I'm not trying to completely bash psychedelics or plant medicines or anything. I think there's a time and place for them, and they do hold a certain importance and can definitely be beneficial for some people. But I think a lot of people get lost in the sauce, as they say, and end up chasing the high that they had and chasing this experience that in some ways isn't real because it's not how our day-to-day lives actually function. It lifts the veil to another perspective of reality that isn't necessarily useful in how we function in our daily lives. Talking to machine elves is not going to be helpful when you're trying to buy groceries, or seeing geometric patterns when you're, trying to walk your dog or go to work. Not useful. Talking to spirits or whatever you want to say, aliens, whatever you want to call it, while you're just trying to do normal things in life is not helpful at all. And a lot of people feel like when they have a problem in their life and they've been using psychedelics, plant medicines, whatever you want to call it, they feel like they need to go back and do it again. And they're like, this is gonna fix my problem. I just need to go take mushrooms again or do ayahuasca or do MDMA or Molly, or it's the same thing, or LSD or ketamine or ibogaine, whatever it is. People get hooked on these things as more of a mental thing, not a physical thing, because they don't actually want to do the work. They're looking for a shortcut, and it's bypassing. Like, how many people can just sit in their chair, close their eyes, and sit still for 15 minutes in just silence, without moving, without scratching themselves, scratching an itch? Not many people can do that. It's hard. People don't want to sit with their thoughts. And psychedelics, in a way, make you sit with your thoughts, but it also gives your mind something else to focus on because you're so overly stimulated. And in 2026, if you're still doing this stuff, like regularly, I think you need to take a hard look in the mirror, because you're just using it as a form of escapism, and it's not actually benefiting you in the way you think it is. And me telling you this probably isn't going to do anything if you're somebody, in that position. You can only realize this yourself, but maybe this will plant a seed for somebody that has had that thought pop up, but they keep pushing it down. And I'm saying this from experience. And now I've been sober for almost 4 years, and I can tell you, not doing any sort of substance is a game changer. It's the best decision I've made, one of the best decisions I've ever made. And there's nothing really spiritual about doing psychedelics. Sure, you can get insights to higher levels of consciousness, and it can connect you to certain things. But honestly, I think really being spiritual is just living a normal life, just being who you are in your regular state of mind, and achieving these, you know, other levels of consciousness or deeper connection to God or the universe, or however you identify with that, is through connecting deeper with yourself, whether that's learning to sit in silence and understand how your thoughts are working, or whether it's through connecting with yourself through movement or music. There's so many other ways that you can do it, but psychedelics aren't it. And that's the truth.